seen the movie The Truman Show? While watching it, did you think, oh, what if that's my reality? What if it is? But instead of a complete life design, it's a system designed to keep you entertained, keep you busy, to make sure that every second of your time is spent keeping your brain occupied. Because if you get bored, you might notice, and if you notice, you might want to get out. Well, the good news is, if you're watching this video, you have already noticed. And I might help you find a balance, if not a complete way out, because I haven't found it either. Step 0, before we go ahead, stop watching this video at 1.5x, and if you weren't, then you probably already are in the top 15%. Step 1, brain rot. We know our phones are addictive, and if not used in the right way, they will harm us. I mean, come on, half of us grew up with our parents constantly telling us, "Sare problems ki jar tumhari ye phone hai." The same parents who are themselves addicted now. It is funny, but if you actually think about it, how did that happen? They knew about the problem long before we did and still got affected. How? Well, I might be able to answer that by explaining what brain rot is. You know, brain rot, the Oxford word of the year. Oxford describes it as a perceived loss of intelligence or critical thinking skills as attributed to the overconsumption of unchallenging or inane content or material. In more relatable lingo, the itch to check your phone at the ting of every notification, the complete impossibility of allowing any boredom, any stagnation, that buffering feeling in your brain, that's what we can call brain rot. Over the years, our phones have changed drastically, and so have their users. It's a vicious cycle. The more useful our phones become, the more we use them, the more we use them, the more we lay neutral pathways in our brains that lead to picking up our phones for whatever task is at hand. This might be the reason why even our parents fell prey to their phones. It started as a basic necessity, and now it's used to fill every gap in time through non-stop news, WhatsApp forwards, even silly games like Candy Crush. The same applies to us. You and I fill up every minute with a notification, a text, and a scroll. Well, it's usually more than a minute, but you get the point. Digital addiction research in 2023 reveals digital addiction most consistently affects the prefrontal lobe, crucial for impulse control, executive function, and decision making. Another research explains how brain rot is increasingly associated with a variety of specific digital behaviors, including doom scrolling, zombie scrolling, and social media addictions, are highly related to all negative and emotional aspects of excessive screen time. And as the name suggests, this rotting away of the brain has a real impact. Sorry, like I was saying, increased screen time has a huge impact on us. Step 2, the impact. Through our conversations with multiple doctors, we have heard about many health issues that phones and screen addictions are causing today. And it's not just limited to physical problems. There are multiple mental ones too.
आजकल का क्या हो गया है कि लोग कंप्यूटर पे रात भर काम करते हैं. डाइट का भी न्यूट्रिशनल पॉइंट्स आल्सो बिकम्स द दिस थिंग. जब वो काम करते रहते हैं, दे डोंट रेस्ट इन बिटवीन. आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज खत्म हो गई हैं. दे आर कन्फाइंड टू द रूम ऑलवेज. आई हैव सीन माय कजन एंड दे आर जस्ट कन्फाइंड टू द रूम. तो विटामिन डी की डेफिशिएंसी हो गई है, ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस है, पोस्चर, वो लेटे लेटे 5-5 घंटे नेटफ्लिक्स देख सकते हैं.
इट इज लाइक ऑल ऑफ दीज
टुगेदर. ऑल दीज थिंग्स कंबाइंड. जब बॉडी की मूवमेंट नहीं होगी, जब मसल्स की मूवमेंट नहीं होगी, दे बिकम रिलैक्स.
Today's lifestyle itself is a bad thing. The use of screens on, say, mobile phones and iPads, they themselves are enemies of sleep.
To begin with, our attention span is said to have decreased from around 2.5 minutes to somewhere between 45 to 47 seconds. The Journal of the Association for Consumer Research found that cognitive capacity is significantly reduced whenever a smartphone is within reach, even when the phone is off. Researchers call this effect the brain drain hypothesis. Essentially, we are less likely to rely on our own cognitive resources if we know an information or source is readily available. A study in the International Journal of Mental Health and Addiction found that in adults aged 18 to 25, excessive screen time causes thinning of the cerebral cortex, the brain's outermost layer responsible for processing memory, cognitive functions like decision making and problem solving. Another study found that excessive screen time can hinder your sleep, especially when looking at screens late at night. Light from the screen delays melatonin release from the brain's pineal gland, impacting the body's natural circadian rhythm and causing difficulty sleeping. When people become addicted to their phones, they often develop what is known as a digital detox anxiety. This usually manifests in physical symptoms like sweating, shaking, heart palpitations when someone goes without their phone for too long. And if you think that using your phone constantly at all times for necessary tasks makes it any better, unfortunately you are wrong. Excessive screen time, including for productive tasks, trigger cognitive fatigue by overstimulating the prefrontal cortex, leading to mental exhaustion even without recreational content. There is enough research for us to understand how screen time affects our brain on multiple levels. And that's why it's important to understand what can be done to at least bring back balance. Step 3. A step back. It's not that we can't fix this problem. We just need to take a step back. Obviously, we need to make a conscious effort. As boring and old as it may sound, the first step requires changing your surroundings. You need to make your environment one where you can at least try to focus. If you have your phone near you, you will feel the urge to check it. So instead of just turning it off, place it in another room or out of reach. Next, you need to take breaks, not just from your screen, but from stimulation itself. Start small, do nothing in that period. Let yourself get bored. Boredom gives rise to the best ideas. So try to get rid of that constant hit of dopamine. If you're using your phone, make conscious choices. Turn off all unnecessary push notifications. Keep only the essential ones. Whenever you install an app, don't blindly give it all permissions. Be intentional. One thing I have been trying to rebuild is my attention span. Our brains are now habituated to constant gratification, something psychologists call the user gratification effect, where we seek instant rewards from every click, scroll, or notification. You can't fix that overnight. I want to be able to sit through a boring movie again without wanting to run back to my phone. So I started with small activities, reading a few pages, watching longer videos, and slowly my brain got comfortable with the stillness again. I am also tired of feeling guilty for spending time scrolling because my brain keeps telling me I could be doing something better. So I started time blocking. Remember how as kids we used to make timetables? Turns out they actually work. I assign work for different days so I know what I need to accomplish in a week. Similarly, I have separate time for reading, playing games, and even scrolling on my phone. And honestly, it helps. And lastly, your physical health and mental health are connected. A better lifestyle, a balanced diet, and regular movement will always have a positive impact on your mind. As a closing thought, I want to remind you of the saying, time is money. Here is the upgrade. Attention is money. So spend it wisely, at least for the sake of your brain.